guys, we totally did it. We reached our goal, our first goal of hitting 100 subscribers. And for those of you that think that's not very many subscribers, well, to a lot of people it's not, but we'll get to more of that in a little bit here. But for us, it means a lot. And in a previous video, I promised you guys that I would do a special thank you video when we actually hit that number. So here it is for those of you who have been anticipating it, or for those of you that didn't know anything about it, stick around and you'll find out a little bit about me, a little bit about First-Mate Sam, a little bit about our channel and what we do, and different things about us that you may have wondered. If I don't answer your question, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. I would be happy to answer your question, more than happy to answer your question. It means a lot to me that you guys are here, tuning in, watching this. But anyways, it is December, and it's almost Christmas time, and my classes are almost over. So in order to celebrate, I brought this, which is, my grandma makes just like a bin of Chex Mix, and so I like to pick the M&Ms out, and it's good stuff. So I thought we'd be festive. It's just like you're hanging out with me in my living room here, and yeah, just eat some Chex Mix, drink some Holiday Dew. We did a special video on Mountain Dew flavors. If you haven't seen that, it's a bro down, and that was a lot of fun and funny to do. So, cheers to you guys. Anyways, I absolutely despise eating noises, so I'm not going to make you guys suffer through that, the whole video or anything like that. But I just thought it would festive things up for the Christmas month. And we have reached 100 subscribers. We're actually at 107, I think, last time I checked. But let's jump right into it. Our first question is, what is your channel about? For those of you that watch, you might watch for different reasons. We do unboxing sometimes, we do vlog style stuff, we do bro downs, which are basically my little brother. He's the other person on this channel. For those of you who don't know, he's First-Mate Sam, I'm CaptainDavyPwns. We do it together. He's my little brother. We do bro downs every once in a while, where it's kind of like trivia stuff. Like we had a real or fake Mountain Dew flavor challenge and whatnot. We do stuff like that. We do bro talks, where we talk about stuff. For example, Majora's Mask announced for the 3DS. We have our thoughts and discussions on that. We do that type of thing, and whatever else, taste tests, whatnot. I'll get to why we do those types of things. Oh, and the main thing we do is we do gaming videos, walkthroughs, playthroughs. We mostly just have a lot of fun playing games with you guys and commentating and doing goofy stuff. We edit goofy stuff in there sometimes we just commentate, but it's a blast. Usually First-Mate Sam is doing a playthrough, I'm doing a playthrough, and sometimes we do them together, and those are hilarious. Probably our most popular playthrough as a total is Battle Block Theater Insane Mode, and that was a co-op, and we had a blast. That's our longest playthrough, near and dear to my heart. So check that out if you haven't seen it before. Otherwise, you can go on our page, and there should be a section for First-Mate Sam, a section for me, and you can click on it and watch the different games that we have played through individually or whatnot. It's a unique way, I think, for us to do things, because it's just kind of cool. We try to coordinate what we do. Anyways, that is what our channel is about in a sense. There's more to it, but like I said, there's more information coming that will get answered in some of these other questions. The next question is your real name Davy or Dave? And where did you get your name? I got my name from my mother. She named me, and my name, actually, maybe it was my father. I actually think my father probably came up with this name. My name is not Dave or Davy. My name is, in fact, Caleb, and as many of you probably know, I have a little brother, Samuel. I also have an older brother, Joshua. So Joshua came first, and Joshua and Caleb go together in many ways in the Bible, and my dad wanted to have a Joshua and a Caleb. I absolutely love my name. I'm totally happy with it. It's unique enough but not crazy enough that I totally like it. I don't go by Davy anywhere but this channel. Why did I get my name since I know that that's really what the question implies is, where did you get your name, Captain Davy Pwns? Well, I always liked Captain Davy Jones in the Pirates movies. In fact, I'm representing Pirate right here. I got that in our Loot Crate unboxing, this t-shirt, if you saw that in another video. But I always liked Captain Davy Jones, and I wanted kind of a goofy name on Xbox Live, so I went with Captain Davy Pwns, even though it's spelled differently on there. And then when we decided to start a channel, I could have done so many different types of things, but since a lot of our channel is humor and laughing and stuff like that, I thought Captain Davy Pwns was kind of funny, so I stuck with that. That's where we got that name. And then First-Mate Sam, obviously his name is Sam, and he's the first mate. He's my, go-to. He's my best buddy, my brother, so he's on there. We're working on getting some other people on here. Maybe we can come up with some creative names like for them. I know Cousin Daniel has contributed a lot without actually ever like voicing over or appearing on the channel, and that's our cousin, obviously. But we need maybe Poop Deck Moppin' Daniel. I don't think he would go for that, but anyways, that's where we got that name. Next question on the list is, why don't you and First-Mate Sam play more co-op games? Well, there's actually a really good answer for that, and that is that First-Mate Sam and I actually live across the country from each other. So I live on one end in a mitten, and he lives clear over where it's nice and warm, and yeah, so I live in Michigan, and he lives very southwest, and so it's not like, unless he's on a trip out here, which is awesome and a huge blessing when that happens, if he's not out here, it's very, very, very difficult and time consuming to make the videos where we co-op, because we have to deal with multiple audio files, multiple video files, sometimes, maybe not that, but I guess one main video file usually, but the audio files and syncing it up and syncing the audio to the video and everything like that, it's a lot harder and it takes a lot more time, so we can make less content in the amount of time that we want to. And so sometimes it's easiest for us to play two separate games until we actually come together, and then we can binge. Everything's going to be co-op when he's out here pretty much for the most part. And so that's a lot of fun. Although Battle Block Theater, we went through most of that, and that was probably our original main big playthrough. We did most of that the hard way, editing it in that way, and we'd be willing to do that again, but we're also waiting for games to come out that are worthwhile for doing that. We did it with some with Mario Kart and whatnot, and maybe when the Behemoth comes out with their new game, I think it's called game number 4 right now, but that's a tentative name because Battle Block Theater was game number 3 for a while. When they come out with that, that would probably be a worthwhile thing for us to take the time to do it in that fashion, but until then, we're doing it this way. And the reason that we play certain games is because we have different capabilities at our different places. I have a lot more equipment than First-Mate Sam does, but maybe this Christmas that'll change and you might be seeing more different types of things from him. But we do love our retro games, so we hope you do too. Our next question on the list is, how many hours do you play games a week? Actually, most of the hours that I am playing games are the hours that you are watching me play the game. So about the amount of content that comes out is about how much games I play. Now, there are changes to that. Smash Brothers just came out. My girlfriend and I like to play that sometimes. So I've been playing a little bit more, but I really try to put my gaming in perspective. When I was younger, I used to binge 8 hours a day. And I found that that's really not worthwhile in the long run. I love playing games, don't get me wrong, it's a huge part of my life, but I try to put more important things, and you get busy with school, and I have a blog and stuff that I write on, so I try to kind of put things in perspective. Sometimes it gets all out of whack and I end up playing more games, but generally I don't super binge on games. There will be days, maybe even weeks, where I don't play them at all, and then there will be certain days where I play, a ton, or usually 3 hours a day is really pushing my barrier of 2 too much. I start to not feel so great if I'm playing, you know, that much. So that's an answer to that question. What's with the beard? Well, I don't know, I kind of like it. I've gotten some compliments, but they've been mostly from males, if not all from males, about the beard. I kind of have a little bit of a baby face. When I was clean shaven, people would tell me things like, you look 17, and I'm 25 years old. First-Mate Sam is 17 years old, so I kind of like the beard right now, especially with the shorter hair. If you've been watching older videos, you can see my longer hair, and then the beard doesn't quite look as good, but the beard is manly, makes me feel like a Spartan, so that's why I'm rocking it for the time being. Also, my dad has a beard, and I've always respected my dad. I love my dad, so he looks a lot like Tony Stark. The other day, a man came up to him with a child, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, my son would like to know if you were Tony Stark." And apparently that kid was like completely serious, just staring at him like really thought he was Tony Stark. So yeah, that's random, but great story. All right, next is Red Kane asks on our TMNT training layer video, is this fake? I don't really know what that question means, Red Kane, and that's RED space KANE if you want to check out his channel. I guess that's a shout out, which will lead into a later question. But you know, I don't really know what that question means. TMNT training layer is on Xbox Live Arcade for the Kinect, and you can download it. It's a free game if you're interested in Ninja Turtles, and weirdly enough, that is one of our videos with the most views. So I have a question for you. Why? Why is me flailing around like doing exercise? Do I need to just do like Kinect adventures for every video? Zumba? If you want Zumba, leave a comment below. We can make it happen. But alright, yeah, so that answers that question, maybe. But will you give me a shout out is actually the next question, and the answer is, you're probably thinking, he's gonna say no, blah 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 blah. I do not mind giving you a shout out if a few things, you know, like add up. Community is a huge aspect of this for me, and part of community is channels that are working together and whatnot. So if you have a channel and you want us to give you a shout out, first off, I look for clean content. Is your content clean, or are you know, using like vulgar speech and stuff like that? Are you playing super violent games with nudity, stuff like that? Our channel isn't like that, and I don't want to give shout outs to lead people to watch those videos. You know, there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of different age groups that like the types of games that we play, and we try to keep it fairly clean. There is some stuff that unfortunately gets through on there that, you know, I maybe don't recommend it or approve of it, but it, you know, it's hard with some of these games. Battle Block Theater, for example, is a great game most of the way through. It has some humor in there that's questionable, but I look for channels that, you know, aren't cussing every 5 seconds, because I don't want a kid to click on there, or anybody, and get that. So that's one thing I look for. Second off, are we like channels? Do I like what you're doing? A lot of times I do. A lot of times I meet you guys and I think, wow, like this is a really interesting channel. So if I like what you're doing and you like what I'm doing, and we're doing things in different ways, but I appreciate it. Earned a Worm Gaming and Toys is another one that I really like. I'll try to annotate these. And he's another really nice guy. I like what he's doing. I like what I see on his channel. He does unboxing stuff like mad. He's got like, he has children, and I saw a video where he had his child unboxed, and I love watching unboxing stuff, and we don't do a whole lot of that. Maybe it's like once a week or not even, but we do some of it. So I, you know, would give him that shout out, because I think he has a great channel that I think a lot of you guys who like watching unboxing stuff should check out. It is hard to get discovered on YouTube, and like, obviously we know that we're not any we're worse off than probably most of these people as far as that type of thing is concerned, but we're more than happy to help out the people that we like and that we want in our network and stuff like that, and give you a shout out. So yeah, if I like your stuff, I don't mind giving you a shout out and helping other people to discover you too. But just don't spam us like crazy with ridiculous stuff. Obviously, we don't want that, like 8,000 comments about, you know, blah 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 blah. But you're fine. We just want to hear from you. We want to meet you guys. We want to see what you guys are doing too. It's a community thing. It's part of why we love it. I'll talk more about that in a second too. All right, the next question is, why don't you use profanity, and why do you edit out nudity in your videos and stuff like that? For those of you that watched Hyrule Warriors, I meticulously edited out Sia, because I did not like the way that she was dressed, and I don't want, you know, other people to look at that. Now, there's a lot of different viewpoints on this, and my viewpoint is my beliefs and stuff. I don't think that it's good to look at that stuff. I don't think that anything positive really comes from it. Yes, there are young people on our channel. I don't want them listening to cussing. I don't want them seeing half-naked ladies on our channel. But also, I don't think that it is good for anybody to really look at that content. It's a conviction that I have. It's my beliefs. That's how I operate, and that's I want to hold this channel to that standard, because I don't want to be responsible for causing somebody to stumble or go down the wrong track. I used to be all about that stuff, but I have been changed, and I don't want you know, to push anybody in the wrong direction by having that content on the channel. So yeah, we're pretty hardcore about trying to keep it fun, funny, but also clean, family friendly, and that will not change. That is not anything. We've made a choice. There's not going to be like a time where I'm like, maybe if I cuss more or use different vocabulary or show different things, I'll get more popular, blah 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 blah. Look, I don't talk that way in real life, and I don't, you know, check out, you know, hey, check out that chick. I'm not one of those guys. That's not how I am, and I don't really respect that. So it's not going to come onto the channel, because it's not who I am, who First-Mate Sam is. It's not the kind of family that we have. So no, if you like the fact that it's clean, don't worry. It's going to stay that way, and that is why. So I don't mean to offend you or anything, but I'm just being honest, totally honest with you guys about why we keep it that way. So yeah, let's see. The next question is, the old Gimpy asks, he asks, will you play Earthworm Jim, Mega Man, and Super Meat Boy, or Super Meat Boy? Well, maybe. I like those games. Earthworm Jim especially has been on my mind. It's a childhood game that it's a big part of my childhood, so maybe. All right. Next question is, what console should I get? My personal recommendation, people bash on the Wii U. I love it. Their lineup is solid. Mario Kart 8 is probably the best Mario Kart that I've, in my opinion, in the series. I loved Mario Kart 64. Super Smash Bros. Melee, that game was leaps and bounds above the other Smash Bros. Games for me, but I think Super Smash Bros. Wii U tops it in many ways. I think it's the best Smash in the series so far. I vote Wii U. Currently, I understand it's not the most powerful hardware in the world, but I think that it's a great console with a lot of exclusives coming out for it. If you like Zelda, if you like games that you know, aren't just blowing people's heads open all the time, I think Wii U has an awesome variety of games. You've got Pikmin 3, you've got Mario Kart 8, you've got Rayman Legends, the probably definitive version of that I think, and yeah, I like it. I say yes to Wii U if you're going to get a console. Is this your only channel? Actually, no. I have a blog that I had before this, I should say, that's called, it's gamerfaith.com, GAMERFAITH.com. That's where I write stuff that's a lot deeper and more personal in my life. you can go there. There's nerdy articles, but they go a little bit deeper than what we do on this channel, and there is a vlog that accompanies that channel that's Gamerfaith Vlog, user/Gamerfaith Vlog. It's in the recommended channels if you want to check that out. It has a blue icon, so yes, we also have that channel and accompanying blog with that channel. Next question is, what keeps you going on YouTube? Collecting toys, playing games, doing all that stuff are already hobbies that First-Mate Sam and I enjoy doing, and having long discussions about stuff and getting way deeper than we need to get about stuff, like that's something we do anyways. So this is just a way of taking a little bit more time so that we can share it with you guys and meet new people, and the community aspect of this is amazing. We want to meet new people. We want to be people who are, you know, caring and show love and have fun and laugh and do all that stuff, and we want to do that stuff with you. I've met a lot of neat people, and what I was going to say about the 100 subscribers not being that much, it may not be like a lot in comparison to a lot of things, but I will tell you, I get a lot of comments and a lot of feedback that touches my heart. I see in a lot of different channels and meet new people that it's really amazing. So that's what keeps us going, as well as knowing that our videos mean something to you. So yeah, always leave those comments if you have something to say. We want to hear from you, and it means a lot to us. Nice things, constructive criticism, things you want to see, just telling us about what you do or your life. We want to see that, and yeah, it's truly means a lot to us. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for the 107 subscribers so far. We hope to continue to grow it. If you sat through this whole video, that means a lot right here in my heart, and that was probably the wrong location, but anyways, I hope you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas. I love you guys, and yeah, I hopefully will see you around in the next video. Bye.